Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Cabernet.
We're here, madam. You may take the blindfold off.
So this is my new home.
So that's probably Arbin's salon.
Whoa, Marta.
What? Where do all these sparks come from? What is happening to me?
That's the sun, madam. You must go inside your new home soon. But don't worry, there's still some time until sunrise. Doctor's flat is on the second floor. Door on the right side.
And the best of nights eventually come to an end. During the dawn phase of the night, Liza must get within safe proximity to her vessel before the sun is up. Otherwise, she'll be burned on the spot and suffer permanent death. No, thank you. I didn't take any money. Didn't take the money, so I can't do that.
Thank you, Trophime. Be safe.
If I'm honest, madam, no one is really safe here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Go, Marta.
Okay, now they're both animated. So time actually ticks on in the dawn phase. Good to know. Was wondering how that worked. Don't have a whole lot of time to explore. So this is the doctor's flat.
Pavel, dear, you shouldn't bother with an old bag like me. Surely you have better things to do.
Nonsense. I always have time for you. Besides, ticks are no joke. Good thing I noticed it when I did. One more day and the parasite could have dug itself fully into your body.
My goodness. Well, thank you kindly, Doctor. Once again, you are my savior.
I'll check up on you in a couple of days to make sure the bite area doesn't look infected. Liza! Is that you?
Oh, this must be the new apprentice you were talking about.
Indeed.
Very good, very good. Thank you again, Doctor, for taking pity on an old woman. Hello, little dove. You look like you've seen a ghost. Are you all right?
It's just been a rough day.
Ah, that's what I thought. You poor girl.
Thank you.
As we are neighbors now, call me Fahina. I'll be right next door if you ever want to check up on an old woman. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, that was new.
Welcome, Lizaveta. I've been looking forward to your arrival.
Good evening, Doctor. I was told I'll be staying here for the time being. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, it's the least I could do. Tonight was your initiation night, wasn't it? I trust everything went smoothly?
In all honesty, it was a rough start. A lot of things didn't go as planned.
In my experience, they rarely do.
You have no idea.
Perhaps it was a better introduction to our way of life than it seems right now.
I know it's been a lot to take in. I also know that I am partially responsible for your condition.
Only partially? Now I'm genuinely curious about what caused our unfortunate death and subsequent turning to a vampire.
I turned you into what you are now, and I will guide you through it.
I have so many questions.
I can only imagine, dear. Sadly, time is not on our side right now. The sun will come up shortly, so we'd be wise to leave them till later.
Could have happens now.
I think I just missed dialogue. Is there a... Nope, okay.
Starting tomorrow, I would like you to work with me as an apprentice and help me with my research.
And what, pray tell,
In
is your
return,
research?
you'll have your own room here in the apartment.
I'll be looking forward to it. I was worried that with all of this, I wouldn't be able to continue my medical work.
I would never let that happen. You're far too valuable to the field, dear.
Would I have a room to myself?
Of course. A bright mind needs space for work and contemplation. It's not much, but I hope you grow to feel at home there. Your vessel is already inside.
My vessel?
Yes, the coffin that you were buried in.
Goodness, but why?
When the sun is up, you can only be safe when you are near it. An obscure rule, but life of our kind is riddled with those, I'm afraid.
Well, have to be interesting mechanics to make the game fun.
Now, go and have some rest. Isn't that what they say? You'll rest when you're dead?
Finally, I can do something.
Yes, they also say there's no rest for the wicked.
Indeed. By the way, I left an outfit in your wardrobe that you may find more appropriate for your medical work around town. It's probably a bit old-fashioned for a city girl like you, but it's all I have. Now, time for you to get some well-deserved rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Good night.
Hold on. What's this? Oh, books. Excellent. Okay, so it's the rest of those, but there's also... Ooh. A series of books that give doubles. That'll be nice. Fortunately...
After passing that threshold, I feel so safe all of a sudden. I think it has something to do with the coffin, the vessel. Ironic that something like that can bring a sense of calmness.
Vessel indicator. Sunrise is the bane of every vampire. In order to withstand the daylight hours, vampires must be in close proximity to their vessel, usually the coffin they were buried in. The vessel indicator in the bottom left corner of the screen shows whether Liza is close enough to her vessel to survive the upcoming day. So does that mean...
There's plenty of room for my outfits. And look, there's already one in here. Must be the one the doctor mentioned. I wonder why he has it in the first place.
Well, that's definitely foreshadowing a story arc. What's this give me? +3 to literature and writing? Okay. My +5 to history and politics, and then the nightgown.
Strange. Can't imagine the doctor getting much use from this, even back when he was a human. Lovely vanity, though.
Ooh. 3 save slots, so I can do 3 playthroughs concurrently. Let's go ahead and save. Then
That's a nice place to store my keepsakes. Don't you go anywhere, Matilda.
oh, that won't end well. Certainly.
I should check out the general store for more room decor options.
Ooh, hello. Alright. Night, so I have the option to, or the ability to customize the room. I can change the wallpaper, the curtains, the carpet, the painting on the wall, and I can even change the vessel. That should be interesting. Is there anything else?
I want to look around more before I go to sleep. I can't go out there like this.
Put that back on.
It's almost sun.
Okay, nope. I don't know why I'm bothering with that, but I am. Go.
The window goes out directly to the main street. Could come in handy now that I can actually fly.
I'm gonna keep that closed for now.
It's been a long night. Time for a little rest.
Yeah, let's end this day.
Liza. Hey, Liza.
Who is this?
Come over to the window.
Sounds like a SAR.
Oh, it's only you. You scared me half to death. What do you need?
I have some business from the Countess to discuss with you. Would you kindly invite me in?
The window is already open. Why the formalities?
Because it's the rules.
Have you not read about this in your vampire stories? We can't come into someone else's chambers unless we are invited.
That sounds rather tedious. It must make it much more complicated to hunt.
Also, as memory serves, the lore actually states that one cannot enter another's home without being invited. Meaning Liza probably shouldn't have been able to enter the apartment, without being invited in by the doctor. But that would just complicate story beats, so we're just gonna move past that.
Believe you me, if we could only avoid this rule, most of our kin wouldn't be so skinny. So, will you let me in or not?
I don't have relationships 60 or nihilism 5. Now I wish I had nihilism 5.
Oh, that's right. Come in, please.
Nice place you got yourself over here. The good doctor must want to keep you comfortable.
The doctor has been very kind.
See, cold calculation, bargaining, even extortion, that I understand. The intentions are clear. Kindness is where I get suspicious.
You're where I get suspicious.
As cynical as it sounds, I think you might be onto something. I'll keep an eye on him.
Great minds think alike.
In any case, you're not here to discuss human character, are you?
That's very true. Let's cut to the chase. Countess would like you to run a quick errand for her, and if everything goes well, she will be very grateful.
What's the favor?
There's this young couple in town, Evgeny and Anastasia. More importantly, they are related to the new mayor, Savely Skortsov. I think Evgeny is his second nephew or whatnot. No matter. According to our sources, the mayor occasionally stores important documentation in their house.
So I'm what? A spy? This is espionage?
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I shouldn't have taken off the dress.
really. What do you want me to do?
Countess would simply like you to retrieve said documentation. Before you say anything, remember that she allowed your conversion to be completed and virtually saved you from death.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Probably should have put a little more thought into that.
Splendid. All you need to do is to befriend Anastasia or Evgeny and get invited into their house. Then you can enter any time and get what you need without them ever finding out.
And how do I know it's them?
He's a hotshot poet, and she is one of those sensitive, artistic types.
I can work with that.
What else? Oh, they are both blondes. I always found that peculiar.
Where should I look for Evgeny?
Let's see. He is a mediocre poet who, surprise, surprise, enjoys an occasional shot of vodka. I would start your search at Arbon's Literary Salon.
What else can you tell me about Anastasia?
Not much, although I do often see her going in and out of the church.
That seems like an issue.
You go to church.
Heavens, no. But the roof of it is my favorite spot in town. I'd like to smoke there on occasion.
I feel like there's some people who would take exception to that.
What kind of documents am I looking for?
All I can say to you right now is that you'll know them when you'll see them.
That's not very helpful.
That will have to do.
I think I've got it from here.
Remember, just befriend one of them and get an invitation to their house. This will come in handy when you'll have to hunt, too. I'll check in a few days and see where you're at.
I get
Almost forgot. Here's a little something for incidentals.
Thank you.
Enjoy your new life. I'll see you around.
Okay, so. Alright, let's see. Let's. Let's go with that. Now, completed that. Interesting. Ah, so I actually have to complete this in time. That's kind of Persona-like. Actually have a calendar. Deadlines even. Cat? When did I meet a cat? Okay, so Petya's still here, but he's got a veil over his status dead. Alright. Small vial, medallion, and the kerosene lamp. Alright then, Well, since I've got 2 days to do that, let's investigate the town a little. Music school, vodka bar. This is the flat. Broken windows, that's new. Salon. Grocery store. Church. Tophim. Graveyard. So I think this might be the lady in question.
This must be Anastasia. I should come up and introduce myself. Good sermon today?
More or less the same one as always. But then again, people don't usually go to the church expecting plot twists.
Well, you're not wrong.
Well, at least it's good enough for someone to come more than once.
I suppose that's true. Forgive me. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Are you new in town?
I arrived just a couple days ago.
Oh, in that case, let me welcome you to the town. My husband and I are relatively new here ourselves. My name is Anastasia, by the way. I teach at the quaint little music school down the road.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Liza. I work as an apprentice under the doctor.
Ooh, Arthur. Looks like I might have the opportunity to do more of these later.
A music teacher? That must be so rewarding.
It's true. When I see a spark of passion in a student, especially a child, it does make my day 1,000 times brighter. Do you play an instrument yourself?
I don't, sadly.
Ah, that's a real shame. But trust me, it's never too late to pick up an instrument again.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Interesting. It showed branching paths for a second.
The church choir here sounds remarkable. The tenor in particular is something else.
Doesn't it?
I must admit, I didn't expect to hear something like that in such a small town.
I couldn't agree more. You have quite an ear for music.
You sound surprised. Do I give off such a bad impression?
Oh no, it's just that I rarely meet anyone I have a lot in common with around here. Not anymore, at least.
Anymore?
I'm sorry, it's time for me to head home. My husband is waiting. I hope.
Ah.
But perhaps you'd like to keep me company on the way back.
Who would refuse a stroll on such a nice summer evening?
Alright. Auto walking. Lovely.
The tenor that you so precisely placed belongs to Father Mikhail. Father Mikhail has a true gift. His voice is unbelievable. I find it very difficult to listen when he speaks, or agree with anything he says. But when he sings, I just can't help myself.
Well. Missed opportunity, perhaps. Maybe he should have just been a singer.
It is frustrating when you can't deny the talent in a person you don't admire.
Isn't that the truth? So, are you planning to come visit the church yourself?
Honestly, I'm still thinking about it. I had a lot of life changes lately. Not sure if I'm ready for it just yet.
I understand. I've been through a couple of those myself.
Churches are usually considered hallowed ground. Vampires aren't typically allowed in them in most mythologies. I wonder if this story is going to hold to that or not.
Think about it, though. It would be nice to see a friendly face when I listen to the choir next time. If I'm completely honest with you, I come there mostly to listen to the choir. The lights are off.
Is something wrong?
Nothing really. My husband. I don't think he's home yet. Well, it was such a pleasure to meet you, Liza. Would you stop by my school when you have a moment? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so we have an invitation to the school, but not the house yet.
Of course. I would like nothing more.
Splendid! We are open from Wednesdays to Saturdays.
I'll make sure to drop by. Have a good night, Anastasia.
Good night, Liza.
Okay.
The lights are on. Someone must be at home.
See, now I gotta find my way back. I think it should be... Ooh, bookstore.
Locked. Locked.
Alright, never mind. Okay, where's the part? You're not sure where the return is. Town hall, okay. Keep going this way. It gets... Okay, this is leaving town. So this isn't where I want to go. So... this way. That's more like it. That's the salon. Groceries. Wow, walking on foot is so stinking slow. Music school, but I only have... So you've got to be the other guy. You've got to be the guy. Unless you are. I don't think I trust you. Requires invitation. Alright, well. Alright, so these are just rotating characters. Can I actually go in here? I can! Interesting.
What a magnificent instrument. It seems to have a life of its own. I can imagine it having a wise, graceful personality.
Alright, well. Have the invitation there now. but let's head back up to the doctor's flat and have this much needed chat.
Dr. Volkov, may I have a word?
Come in. Welcome, Miss Morozova. Appreciate you coming over straight away. Punctuality is a highly important quality in a doctor.
Yeah, I totally didn't wander off and go start making friends with the local chicks. You were saying?
I trust you had a restful night. Or rather, day, I suppose.
Everything's relative.
I did, thank you. Never thought that sleeping in a coffin would be so comfortable.
Yes, well, we have a lot to cover, don't we? Where would you like to start?
I'd love to start with my medical duties, if you don't mind. You mentioned you might have some tasks for me?
I most certainly do. As of last month, the only other doctor in the area passed away, God rest his soul. Not that he was that much help. Human medicine has always been a step behind. But, I admit, with most of my time spent on new research, the work did start to pile up. There is some administrative and patient work I'd like you to take care of. Is this something you think you can handle?
Certainly. What should I start with?
Do you remember the woman who was here when you arrived?
Of course. Faina, isn't it?
That's right. As your first assignment, I'd like you to pay her a home visit and look over the bite spot on her neck. I've observed some curious rashes around tick bites in my time. I don't exactly know if there's a correlation, but best to make sure she's doing well. She lives in our building, so shouldn't be much trouble anyway.
Will do.
Splendid. As for the rest of the tasks, you'll find them all in the journal on my desk. Feel free to borrow my medical bag and use the lab as needed. I myself am particularly proud of my lab's blood testing instruments. I dare say they are far ahead of any mortal medical equipment. To more material matters, your allowance will be distributed gradually as you progress.
Understood. I'll get to it then.
Looking forward to tracking your progress. A doctor's work is never done.
Alright then, let's grab the door. Let's grab the medical bag from the...
Doctor's medical bag. It holds everything I need in case of an emergency.
Now we'll just pop on down to the old lady's apartment downstairs. Right here.
This must be where Faina lives.
Ah, there's the cat.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Volkov's new apprentice. He sent me over to check in on you. Is this a good time?
I know who you are, Liza. Of course. Come, have some tea with me. I always brew too much. Eyes bigger than my stomach, I guess.
Common issue. Common problem, really. Sure, let's make friends.
Yes, please. I could use a little break. Thank you. Oh, it smells heavenly.
It's juniper, my favorite. With a spoonful of honey, nothing beats it. Try some. Tell me what you think.
You weren't kidding.
I wonder. I can, okay. Let's hold on to these for now and see if I need them to up any of my other... We'll see if I need any of these higher and up things as we go.
It reminds me of the times my mother would make tea for my brother and me when we were little.
Sounds lovely, dear.
It was. Although, I don't think it was about the tea itself, more about the little plates she poured it in for us instead of cups.
We can certainly arrange that if you'd like.
That's all right, thank you. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'll start missing them even more.
Poor dear. Did the work take you far from home?
Further than I expected, that's for sure.
And it wasn't exactly the work, now was it?
For some reason, I just feel like telling her everything. I should change the subject before I say something I shouldn't. Are you from around here, Faina?
Oh, no, dear. I happened to wander quite a bit before I settled here. Although, I reckon I've stayed in this town longer than you've been alive.
And where have you lived before?
Many places, sweetheart. Oh, far too many places.
Anything I should know about life here?
Let's see. For one, the townsfolk tend to be up quite late around these parts. Sort of a local quirk. They say it goes way back. Not sure how it started, but most places tend to stay open well into the night.
Gotta love a good 24-hour service. Though I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that the place is practically run by vampires.
I was always a night owl myself, so that never bothered me. But darkness and danger go hand in hand.
Danger?
Lots of temptation, whether you seek it or not. It's like my mother used to say, little dove. Keep your heart open, but your mind sharp.
She sounds like a wise woman.
Oh, she was, dear. Much wiser than I'll ever be, anyway.
Do you live here all by yourself?
I wouldn't say I'm all alone. My plants always keep me company.
That's a very lonely response.
From time to time, that handsome gentleman in the armchair pays me a visit.
What handsome gentleman? What armchair?
And if ever I'm in trouble, I have some lovely neighbors to bother. I'm never alone. Not really.
Is that your cat over there? What's his name?
No, I could never tame that one. He's too much of a free spirit. Comes and goes as he pleases. Always a surprise.
How rude of him.
He's so handsome that I don't mind. Never gave him a name, though.
So he's just a cat.
Well, as nice as this has been, we should probably start the examination. So, how are you feeling? Any noticeable rashes or discomfort?
Oh, I feel just fine, dear. Thank you for asking. The heat's been getting the best of me lately, though.
Didn't think it was that warm outside. But then again, maybe I just haven't spent enough time in my new body.
Anyway, I say there's no such thing as bad weather. To each their own.
It seems like there's nothing worrisome on your neck. Still, if you notice anything, make sure to let me or the doctor know.
Of course, dear.
Don't do that. Except... Oh, you son of a... That's mean. And I can't... Okay. I can't notice her fever because I didn't have the science already allocated. That's mean. Although it's also probably smart considering every gamer on the planet is going to immediately try and cheese it like that. That ticks me off a little because I probably was going to put points into science anyway.
Well, seems like everything's in order. Nothing to worry about. I should be going. Might I stop by again sometime to check in on you?
That would be lovely. You're always welcome in this house.
Thank you for the tea again. It was delicious.
You're welcome, little dove. Come again soon.
I wonder if I can...
So good to see you, dear.
I actually came to follow up on your appointment, so how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel just... The heat's been getting the best. Anyway, I say there's no...
It seems like there's nothing. Still, if you notice...
Of course, dear.
Ha-ha! Saved it!
Huh. It seems like you do have a mild fever.
Anything I should worry about?
This may be a great opportunity to use Dr. Volkov's experimental lab equipment. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but just in case, let's take a blood sample, shall we?
Whatever you say, Doctor.
Just relax. It will only hurt for a second. Perfect. Now, have some more tea and a nice rest. I'll take this to the laboratory.
Thank you for stopping by, dear.
I should be going. Might I stop by again sometime to check in on you?
That would be lovely. You're always welcome in this house.
Have a good night.
Good night, little dove. Thank you for everything.
Alright, now that I know that that's how that works... Oh, it worked on that one. It might not work on all of them. Let me... There we go.
What should I work on today?
Alright.
What incredible lab instruments. It's as if I'm looking into the future or reading a Jules Verne book. Let's take a look at the doctor's notes. I'm sure I can figure it out.
Minigame?
Perfect. Now I should wait some time to check the results. They should be ready tomorrow, but if I wait longer than that, it may be too late.
Okay, so I have to check back on those fairly frequently. Good to know. Let's get some reading in. How about you? I'm curious, can I still read? No. I don't have time for this action. Sunrise is fast approaching. Okay. So that means that I can't do things... Can't do additional things.
Too bad I can't see my reflection in mirrors anymore. I wonder if I will one day forget my face.
Just gonna save up to current. Thank you all for watching this second night of Cabernet. I appreciate all of you who watched through the end, and I'll see you again in the next one.